Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round one of season 10. It is the Division 3 opener here at the Qatar circuit just outside Lusail. I'm BHA Firefish, and I will be commentating this season, hopefully for the rest of it, unless I do anything wrong. Um, Hopefully I won't. But yes, I'll be doing for the rest of the season. And again, hopefully, I mean, you won't do anything wrong, to be honest. Good evening to you, Mr. Orphan. We are back once again. Division 3. I mean, we talked about it in the pre-show, Orphan, but this division is stacked. Stacked in as much as I can't call a winner, like, from the get-go.
Yeah, it's really, really tight in terms of drivers. There's not many drivers there you would not pick for a chance at the championship or a chance at a podium or a race win. It could be some first-time race winners here this season because of that, because it's so tight. But like I say, it could be absolutely electrifying in qualifying here today. It could be absolutely nothing between them in terms of getting through. I could see a lot of tyres being used earlier.
Yeah, medium tyres are going through. Of course, we'll go through all the drivers for here. We have a full grid of 20 drivers here tonight. It's a great turnout for the opening round. It's fantastic to see. And
unlike F1.
Yeah, we weren't. I wasn't gonna. But you heard it here first. Orville was the first one to dig. Jeez. Yeah, it's fantastic. Opening round. And we're at the opening round. As I mentioned, Lusail circuit in Qatar under the floodlights. 16 turns. Has hosted 2 Grand Prix so far. And is just over 3.3 miles long. 5.3 kilometers if you use that metric. It's a fast flowing circuit. Of course, we had this as the finale for a lot of the divisions. Not this one, because we had a Monaco rerun to go through. But it's interesting how we went from the finale Orphan to this being the opener. And it's a tough track, isn't it, to get right?
Yeah, definitely right. Just to interrupt you a minute. We've got a new guy, not Raz, who was in the chat in the pre-show. He's on a lap at the moment, if you want to go on board with him.
Oh,
Quick.
yeah, debutant in the Alfa Romeo.
Yeah, so if you quickly go on board with him, but like you said about that, yeah, it's a tough track to get used to. And he's crossing the line now. His first lap in RSF1 is a 23 flat. So, nice lap there from him. I was on board with him. It was a very smooth lap from him.
Yeah.
He's making his debut.
Yeah, we'll see what
Hopefully
happens
he does
with
well.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see, actually, how we gained a driver through the pre-show. And yeah, as you said, reserving here tonight, he is reserving for AKA the Legend, who would normally be in that Alfa Romeo. But here comes the times tumbling. The 2 Red Bulls top of the session so far. 22.4 for Dano, closely followed by his teammate, 22.6 by James. Zoms is up there, so the times are swiftly coming in. 22s are probably where I expect this tier to be with the top times, but good stuff. Full grid, 20 drivers, as I mentioned before, and I believe in terms of reserves, I think it's only not Raz. That is the only reserve, or is it Yorkie? I think, Yorkie is the other one, who is reserving for Headshot, because Rodders is in the other Mercedes. So, as we go through, yeah, difficult track. I mean, I find it difficult. I think it's almost like Monaco in a way. So you either love the track and you're going to be quick around here, or you hate the track and you're going to struggle. It's one of those precise tracks, isn't it? And if you're not precise in your driving and your lines, you're going to struggle around here.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a wheel track, personally. I think it very much suits the wheel, this track. As you can see, with Dano and James and JP Gaming there, all on a wheel. So yeah, definitely, it's not a bad track. It's those sweeping corners that go on. It seems like every corner is a sweeping corner that so suits the wheel. But like I say, I personally am not. I like racing the track. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just not good at it.
Yep. Here comes LE16 Ham, also known as Tiff. He sometimes likes to be preferred to be called Tiff. He goes to 23.6 on the mediums, which is just about quicker than Yorkie, who's doing the same thing. If you go through on the medium tyres, all credit to you in Q1, because I predict this is going to be very, very close. The cut-off point. So we'll see how that stacks up. Currently still the two Red Bulls at the top.
I could see the cut-off being around about low 23s.
Yeah.
You've got to be at least at 22 to be certain, I think, to get through.
Right, on board with Jedi Gamer in the AlphaTauri this season, was in F3 last season. Was steadily improving as the season went on, was just kind of a slow starter, but then made a lot of Q3 appearances, was in the top 10 a few times as well. I think at certain tracks this season, I think you're going to see Jedi towards the top. Can he run a season together? I believe he finished in 12th last season with a steady haul of 40 or so points, but it's that consistency you want across 16 rounds. Let's see if he can push into that top 10 this season. He goes through turn 6.
Jedi Gamer's always been a pretty quick driver. Yeah. And just maybe struggles with a bit of confidence, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
So,
very
right.
potential. Epic Frenchie, meanwhile, I did mention he was, or I did see that he was on the mediums. 23.2, that's not bad at all, but I don't know whether that would be safe enough, considering everybody else going on the softs and probably be in the 22s. Jedi lost a bit of momentum through the last sector. Sector 1 and 2 were pretty good, but he's lost a bit of momentum going through. Wasn't as confident, maybe. Used up all his deployment as well, and it's gone it's a 22.8. That's not bad from Jedi. Goes up to 5th.
So here's your prediction here today for Paul.
I mean,
I'm thinking Epic Frenchie.
I would say so, but
I know he's quick around, yeah. I've seen him in last season, what he did. He was in the 21s, so
yeah.
I could see him being the favourite here today.
Yeah, it's whether he can hit that 21 again. Of course, he's a rookie. Epic Frenchie, of course, me and Orphan know him, but in RSF1 terms, he is a new driver to the league, and I wish him all the best. He is a ferocious driver, to say the least. So I expect him to do well in this season. Knows how to put a season together, because he won the championship I used to be in. So
Number one would be Yorkie, I'd say. Very quick driver, former champion. You know, of F3.
yeah. Of course, those that used to watch the Division 3 last season, of course, we don't have Soggy Salmon or Randy Gandy or Eagle. They've moved up into F2. There's a few others. Button goes quickest, a 22.3 in the house. Good to see Button here again.
There's another guy who I totally forgot.
How could you forget Button? My goodness.
I totally forgot that he would be up there, because I was thinking about Frenchie.
Patronus. Hello.
Patronus!
22-2.
He did say the beginning of the season that he had pace. So,
Not bad.
he proved me wrong.
Yeah, as I was going to say, with all those drivers that moved up into F2, they were kind of the usual. Benny Boy was another one as well. Completely forgot about him. But they've moved up to F2 as is the traditional way. That's how things work. Gives a few of these drivers that used to be in Division 3 a chance. Obviously, we've got a few Div 4 drivers as well in here. I believe we got the Div 4 champion in here as well. I think it's AKA the Legend. No, we got the Div 5 champion, AKA the Legend. Unfortunately, he's not racing here tonight, so we'll see them.
Yeah, he's actually in the chat, actually. So, hello, Legend. F5 champion.
I noticed how
title from me.
I noticed how he's saying, like, every time someone goes fastest, he says put them in F2. Like, because it's like button to F2. Oh no, Patronus needs to go there now. Yeah. Right, fish sticks. Another driver obviously joined us midway through last season in as a reserve. He's now got a full-time seat, partnering Jedi in the Alpha Tauris. He swings his way through Sector 3. 6 minutes left to go. We've got Richie, Fruit Boy, Fish Sticks who are on board. Jay Clates and Slicks yet to set a lap. Other than that, we've got high 22s, and of course, Patronus Button and probably the two Red Bulls are probably safe. But everyone else, very, very close.
Yeah, Fruit Boy will be up there, I'd imagine.
Hey!
Fish Sticks is fastest.
22-1. Let me guess, Legend. You're going to send Fish Sticks up to Div 2 as well. Wow.
Stars for Division 1, yeah.
I love
The
how...
amount of people that turn up for Division 1, I might have a chance to score some points.
I love how everybody's flexing now in Q1. It's like, oh, I'll go fastest. No, I'll go fastest. No, I'll find a tip. I'll go fastest.
That's what I was saying to you. This qualifying in Division 3 this year is going to be so intense.
We'll get a few surprises here and there. Right, who can we be on board next? Is there an Alfa Romeo about to start? Yeah, Jay Clates in the Alfa Romeo, who mentioned to me, I believe he did. Where is he? Yes. So I asked the drivers in build up to this, when was their last win, or have they won a race in RSF1? Because I always like to make a big deal if it's their first win. And we have a few drivers that could win their first race in RSF1. We've got a few drivers that haven't won a race in ages. Like, for example, did you know, Orphan, that Fruit Boy hasn't won a race since Season 6? And I swear he should have or could have won a race earlier than that. But Season 6 for Fruit Boy.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
And he's a quick driver as well. Fruit Boy.
That was his last pole as well in Season 6. Same season, those had those both things. But Jay Clates gave me this whole paragraph of his short history in RSF1. And he had one win in Season 9 in Division 4, I believe he said. So, yeah, it's very, very nice. And that's what I love about Division 3, is the people, isn't it? They're just... They're so good. They're so laid back. I mean, obviously, when the gloves are off, sometimes they're going to get heated with competition and all that. But in general, they're just a lovely group.
Yeah. Some very long-term races in RSF1, Button been there since, well, I don't know, as far as I can remember, around about Season 3, I think Button joined. You've had James now for nearly 2 seasons. Fruit Boy, like you say, has been around for a long time. Dano, Patronus, Fish Sticks, Rodders. I mean, you could name Yorkie. Loads of these guys have been around for a long time. And, they're really good races, Each one of those is, so experienced, in terms of racing wheel to wheel with people, and that's what you want to do, is race against those kind of people.
Yeah.
Week in, week out.
Right. 2.5 minutes left of Q1. This is where it gets a little tense of who's going to be eliminated. Let's see who's in danger. Remember, we're looking at our top 15. I almost forgot who goes through. Top 15 drivers currently on the cusp is Willy Bum in the house. So we're on board right now. A little bit of a weave through Sector 3. He's on a 23.0. But currently out is Jay Clates on a 23.1, Yorkie 23.1, Vettel on a 23.2, but is on an outlap. And Richie Chapel, who did a 24-1. I'm pretty sure he can go quicker than that. But you got the drivers ahead. Rodders, who's probably not safe. In fact, yeah, Rodders is now out because Willie Blum just goes ahead of him. Going to 15th.
Close.
Yeah. Yeah, but Jedi's not safe.
See, 16 and 12. Sorry, 16 and 10. There's only 2 tenths between them.
Plates is done. Plates doesn't think he can get anything more out of it, so he will start 18th at best. As Richie has improved, gone to 13th on a 22.7. This is very close, the cutoff point.
He's up there with his buddy, JP.
There's a 10th. There is a 10th from 11th to 11th to 16th. Goodness me. Right, so here we go. So Yorkie is in the drop zone at the moment, but on a big improvement. He's got a dirty air but slight slipstream on the Aston Martin ahead of, I believe that must be Vettel, who's on an out lap. So here comes Yorkie. This should put him safe. Oh, goodness me, it does. Goes up to second.
Yeah, I told you to look out for Yorkie. he always does that. He tries to get through on the medium time. Remember last year?
Yeah.
And it cost him a few times because he risked it for a biscuit.
I think I'm looking at the person that might be a little bit in danger is NRG Lem, because he's done for the day, because up goes Zoms. Lem is 13th. He's got a 10th spare. And there's improvements all over the place.
I mean, JP's out on a lap as well, so I think he's backing out of his lap now. But it's Jedi Gamer. I think that's it.
Yep, Jedi is out, Willy Blum is out, Rodders has invalidated, and Vettel's invalidated. That's it. It's all done. Those are your 5. So Richie goes through by the skin of their teeth. JP as well in 14th. Look at James. I said early on that James is lab. Oh, and Vettel goes for a massive spin. Towards the end. Yeah, I thought James's lap
too.
I thought James's lap right at the start was a good lap for 22.6. He's 11th. Oh, wow. So Jedi Gamer only just goes out there. Richie Chapel just in. Willy Bum as well, good effort. Rodders a good effort as well, 22.8. Plates and Vettel also out.
Got JP improved to a 22.3.
And got right into that group as well.
Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think he had to use an extra set of tyres to do it. So, but he could have got through without using those tyres. So will that cost him in Q2 and Q3 if he gets through?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he saw danger. I don't think he would have been eliminated if he'd stayed. But yeah, that's a good sign, isn't it? The top 10 covered by under 3 tenths. The top 13 by half a second. 6 tenths come from the top 15. That's very good. Very close.
You could have been racing tonight, Dylan Noob. Actually. I love how, like, what's that? Wee Biscuits is saying, Fish Sticks is doing F2 times. Which is this thing I always love about this, like, opening round stick, or first, like, 4 or 5 rounds of races. And this is in every tier. It's not just F3. It's like F2 and F4. If you're not in F1, if you go pole or fastest in Q1, everyone wants you to move up.
Everyone wants you to move up. But then you got like Yorkie within a 10th, Patronas within a 10th, and Buttons up there as well. So if you move Fish Sticks, you've got to move like 8 others on that logic. So I know the
I had it when I was winning. And you know, but then I'd be only like, I I'd be third, fourth sometimes in qualifying, and then it was like there were talks about moving Legend up, and well, we were of the thing that he wasn't dominating.
Yeah.
That's as such. Uh, until the very end of the season, maybe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it was like because you had people who were challenging him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. The only exception I would say is if someone's qualified on pole and they do that consistently. You can't go like by one round because that could be their favorite track, or they just have hooked it up. It's consistent pole or second, and then win a race by 20 seconds. That's the only exception in my eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and don't move someone up based on 100%. Because you can win by 40 seconds and you could just be lucky. Because that's just how those races go. And by the way, we've got 100% next week. That's gonna be fun. Commentating and racing. I don't know what's more fun, racing it or commentating it. Commentating it.
I think racing it.
Right, Q2. I'm expecting this orphan to be stupidly, ridiculously close. Because if Q1 was close, I mean, I was looking at like who got into the top 10 and who was outside the top 10. It was like a 10th difference. So you got to be on it. Set your laps. Leave nothing on the table.
Yeah. The thing with this track, you can invalidate it quite easily in Sector 3. There's a few areas there where if you just swing it too far wide, you can, and then you waste a set of tyres, and that will be key, I think, in like Tier 3 this year, is the amount of tyres that they're going to have to use, and make sure that you get the best out of them as much as you can, and not use another scrub set,
Right. Q2 begins. Everybody out, I think. Right, there's a button and a fish sticks. Waiting a little bit, slicks. That's the one corner. That's one corner on this track I still don't understand, even though I've raced it yesterday. That turns 7 and 8, I believe, because it kind of sort of drops away from you, and then he says, "What's the right line? Where do you brake?" I think Slicks turned in a little bit too early at that corner as well. Through the final sector, you've got to be so careful. The curbs, especially those yellow sausage curbs on the inside, you can see those there. The other thing as well, you'll notice on board of Slicks is ERS is going to run out as he goes through the line. You can see there, deploy use, he's got no more left. And that will
it runs
hamper
out
him.
so quickly.
Yeah, hamper him all the way down. So, I think it was Grunty or somebody in Div 2 yesterday. Well, no, Grunty's F1, he was just at the party with us. He said, put it to non-ERS through turn 6. And then you'll have enough towards the end.
Yeah. I was doing that on my laps. I was like disabling it on turn 1, and then you put it back on when you're coming out of the exit. You've got to keep doing it on and off, on and off. Try and save it, like.
Time's in already. A little bit slower this time because we saw mid to low 22s. But could be
also using use sets.
Yeah. Like Petronas to 22.8, 22.6 from Tiff. There goes James, a mid 22. 22.5. Now it's a 10th quicker than what he went in Q1, so that's a little bit better. I think you need to be well in the 22s for top 10.
It's a nice lap there from not Raz.
Yeah, 22.6. Nice. Comes JP to the line in his Alpine. Goes 9th. Yeah, I know it can go quicker than that. So Be a slow burner, this Q2, actually, by the looks of it.
Mm-hmm. I think they're going to come out now on fresh tyres and hit the 21 cent.
Mando, my setup didn't say, so I'm running 42.37. You need aero at this track, Mando, I'm afraid. That might...
42, 37. 37, did you say?
Yeah, 42 front, 37 rear. See, I was running 40.42, and then Grunty said, and he's a Div 1 driver, and he was pretty quick around. He said, no, go higher front end. Okay, Tiff has just left the session. Could you send him an invite, please?
Who's left the session?
LA16 Ham.
Okay.
Right, let's ride on board with Energy Lem in the Aston Martin. Was in Division 4 last season, won 2 races apparently. Can't remember what those were, and he can't remember what those were, but apparently he won 2 races. Let's see if he can add to this tally this season. He heads down into turn 1. You're looking at just about the 50-meter marker board as he heads down into turn 1, 5th gear. There's not a lot of slow corners. In fact, there's only one real slow corner. It's not even that slow, to be honest. But as he goes through turn 2 and 3, up to turn 4, it's kind of a double apex right-hander. There's the first one, and then there's the second one. Carry the speed through, and then down into turn 6, which is the slowest corner on the track. Even so, it's still like 70 miles an hour, which in F1 terms is still pretty quick. And through this awkward, in my view, awkward 7 and 8. Turn 9 completely flat should be. Another difficult braking zone. There's a lot of bumps, as you can see. Carl stepping out a little bit.
Put your oversteer there.
Yeah, and then you got to really believe in your car and your setup through these few turns, because you're barely braking, you're barely lifting. Especially now in qualifying, the ERS up, it's a slight gear down that corner through here, and then you need to get the exit of this corner, the final corner, absolutely perfectly. Don't run too far wide on the curbs. And this looks a very, very decent lap from Lem. He's going to run out of ERS before the line. It might not hamper him too much, and it doesn't, because he goes quickest on a 22.5.
Well, he's still at 22% left, but no deployment.
Yeah, because you need to turn it like to hot lap, like really at the last moment, at the last corner. And then, yeah, you probably need to turn it to non-ERS halfway through the lap, just to get to the end. Fish Sticks, 22.2. Sticks looking quick round here.
Definitely.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what Fish Sticks can do across the whole season often, because we only saw like flashes of what he could do last season, and I think it was in a Ferrari a lot of the time.
Yeah, because he started off as a reserve, and then
yeah,
at the very end he got a seat, so he was racing regular. And yeah, I've raced so much with fish sticks in other leagues this year. It's weird. I raced a couple of races in the F2 league, and I was racing with him in obviously F Fair Play League.
Yeah.
And obviously in F3 last year when I was in F3 for a bit. So yeah, I some interesting races with fish sticks. We were close together a few times on track.
Did you? Oh my goodness me! 21.6.
Ooh, Fruit Boys turned up.
I've only just suddenly clocked on what time he's just done.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. even Wee Biscuits was like, what the? Does that come? Apparently, LA16 Ham didn't get an invite, so let me try.
I did. I sent it to him.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see on stream I just did that. Right. Yeah, it is div 2 pace. I can't even defend that lap. That's a...
I invited to the party by accident.
Yeah, that's a stonking lap for Fruit Boy. So I didn't mean to invite you there. Did you get the game invite? Yorkie's gone up to a 22.3. So that'll leave Epic Frenchie in the Ferrari left to go. So there, often.
Yeah. I was just looking at the Discord for a sec.
Div 1 pole was a high 120. Yes, it was. Yeah, we're nowhere near F1 pace. I mean, if anyone gets a 1 minute 20 here, I'll be very surprised. Right, let's see what French can do in the Ferrari with 3.5 minutes left. He's the only one yet to set a lap.
Yeah,
in this Q2 session.
He would be definitely one of the favourites here for pole, I would imagine, if he could hook up a lap up.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the championship in that division that me and you were racing in last season.
Nearly,
Oh, that was close.
Yeah.
And very deep there, it's the corner.
Tensed up because I thought the car was going to spin off in a direction.
I thought he was getting validate, I did. He took those corners very nicely. Can you get into the braking zone?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice and tight on the inside of the apex. On the power nicely. You get into the nice and tight through here. Here's where you want to go. Kind of take it straight over the curves if you can, but it's gone slightly wide using all of the track. But I was watching the esports, how they do it.
Oh god.
And they basically go completely across with the car, literally go straight out of there, and you've got the curb in the middle of the car, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they go right out to the white lines. So to the lines they take, and yeah.
And they literally go over the white, they use the curb as their car is literally over the white line on one side, and then yeah, it's amazing.
22.0 from Frenchie. That should get them safely through easily, I would say. So now, those that are in danger and pretty much
look at that outlap,
fifth downwards.
Outlap.
Yeah, everybody is going to be on a lap. They are not confident at all. And to be fair, there's 4 attempts covering third to 10th.
Well, we've basically got everybody out, bar Fruit Boy, who is definitely safe.
The thing is with Fruit Boy, I mean, someone pointed out, why wasn't he moved up from last season? Well, he finished, I think it was like 10th last season. But the points don't lie. You know, that was across the whole season. You know, and that's the way it works. You know, if you go across a full season in a division and don't show your pace, or you don't seem to have the pace compared to everyone else around you, you get your chance. That's the way it works.
I said in the chat before we did the pre-show that him and I thought JP
Patronus
could be up there, but because of their pace in F3 carrying over.
Patronus has validated his lap. I don't know whether we'll have enough time to get round again. That'll be hard push. He's got 20 seconds. Yeah, I think Patronus is done. That's going to be a big surprise. And he's right on the cusp of 10th place.
He was comfortably through last time.
Right, so who's coming to the line now? Yorkie's about to start. Yeah, Patronus is done. So that's the target time at 22.8.
Yeah, he's
in
out.
trouble.
I can't not see the other guys behind him improving. Zooms, Dano, Slicks, JP, and Richie, they'll definitely improve their laps.
Yeah, here comes Dano. Needs to be at 22.8. This is easily going to go ahead. 22.2 goes right back up there. Here comes Zoms. Zoms goes up to third, joins his teammate. Second and third for the Ferraris.
That's what I was saying about Zoms. Zoms is definitely quick on his day.
Right, so they're all in a line in the third sector, so the times are going to come through. Not Raz is going to be first across the line. He's currently 10th at the moment, needs a bit of an improvement. Goes wide to the curb on the final corner. Time looks pretty good, but see whether there's an improvement. I think it is. Yes, he goes third. Well, not Raz. JP goes second. Hassan Button goes
JP.
9th. 22.3 is 9th. Goodness me, Slicks goes 10th. Lem is done. James didn't go
Richie's
through.
done as well. James
And
didn't go through.
James goes to 4th.
That's a
James is fine.
Oh, no. He was down there for a second. I was looking at him because it said he'd finished.
Oh, look at that.
How close.
Button on a 22.3 is 10th. What? I mean, to put in context, my best is a 22.6, so, and I'm Div 2, but if I was here, I'd be 30. Why are we comparing division? Stop it. Right, anyway, Slicks
Close that is.
goes out in 11th as well.
That's epic, that is. How close that is.
Alright, so Fruit Boy tops the session, but out in Q2 is Slicks in the Williams, NRG Lem in 12th in the Aston, LA16 Ham Alpine in 13th. The McLaren of Petronas 14th, although he could have been a lot higher. I'd be very frustrated with that validation on his last lap. And Richie Chappell goes in 15th. And there is your top 10. I mean, no offense, Fruit Boy, but if you weren't here, it would be 2 temps covering 8 of them. But then the question is Fruit Boy, can he hit that lap again? Was that a 1 in 100 lap that he's just done?
I know JP is a quality merchant, definitely. He's very good in qualifying, JP. So too James. So yeah, I think there could be some more pace coming from those two, especially Frenchy. But like I say, Fruit Boy, it's the 21s. Only 2 drivers made it into the 21s. So yeah, it's gonna be intense, Yorkie.
Yeah.
Any one of those drivers there could possibly get pole.
Well, there you go. Fruit Boy's just put in the chat.
Debuted, I mean, sorry.
Yeah.
Debuted, not Ras, has also made it to Q3. So
Oh yeah.
that's a good for him. We should go on board with a lap with him, really. And,
Yeah, I will. I'll keep an eye. Fruit Boy sending in the chat, he's beat his PB by 2 tenths on that lap. So I presume he's telling the truth, but if that is the truth, there you go. It's that lap he hit at 21.6 is a 1 every, you know, those kind of laps where you just hook everything up and the time is there. Whether he can hit that again.
Yeah, Patronus, you do tend to push it when you're trying to get through.
Careful not Raz, you've got 2 cars right behind you. Tiff leaves again. Bit of trouble here. I'll give him a quick... Oh, I can't again, can I? Please come up, please come up, please come up. There we go. Hopefully he joins back in. We have 25 viewers watching us, by the way, which is fantastic. So good evening to all of you. Yeah, Charismic. Clates was out in Q1. I believe he starts 18th for this race. So, slight disappointment for my fan there from Charismic.
At 31 last night, which is pretty good.
Yeah, good viewer count. Right, not Raz letting the Ferrari of... I didn't see what name that is, but let's ride on board with the Daviton in RSF1. Has made Q3, well, for the first time, because it's first time in the league. But let's ride on board with not Raz as he heads down into turn 1. And into 4th gear this time. Or with, I think it was NRG Lem before he took it in 5th, that just shows. All about how you take each of these corners. You turn 4, and then 5, keep hold of the speed. Does so very nicely. To 27.1 first sector. It's decent. Seen a couple in the 26s. Just a solid lap. That's all you need, really. Put a banker time down. Nicely through there. Very bumpy through there. It's very off-putting. In fact, this track is very bumpy in general, especially for this last sector. You just have to have confidence that the car is going to turn in as you press the button on the pad or turn the wheel. You see a bit of a wobble from Notraz into the penultimate corner, now through the last one. As Fish Sticks has 22.1, so does Dano. Yorkie 22.2. Ferrari ahead looks pretty good. 22.5. Notraz goes 22.2. Go 4th. And weaves in celebration or frustration, I can't tell. One only knows. Here comes James in the Red Bull. He's got an Alpine ahead of him with JP. Who goes 22.5. James goes 22.7. As Fruit Boy starts the lap. Now, this will be a time from Fruit Boy that will be heavily watched from every driver in Div 3 and the chat.
Yeah. Can he beat his time?
Button crosses the line, 22.6. Will leave Zoms and then Fruit Boy for the first runs. Oh, he's lost it.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just sort of a bit of a twitch coming out of the exit, and then he went to the next corner and just didn't have the confidence.
Oh, I love AK the Legend. He's like, where are the tyres? Like who's using what tyre? What tyre do you think everyone's using? Softs. Oh no, to be fair, actually, someone could have set a lap on the mediums, but yeah, everyone's on softs. Alright, the first run, Dano on a 22.1, 6 thousandths ahead of Fish Sticks. And you got Yorkie up there, not Raz, on the second row. And you got JP and Frenchie separated by basically nothing. And you got Button just behind with James, Fruit Boy and Zoms. Didn't want to set a lap, or made a mistake, or didn't want to show his hand.
Well, Fruit Boy's gone round again. He's close, he's validated.
Oh, Yorkie wanted, not Yorkie, Legend wanted tyre life.
Fruit Boy. Maybe you could not see the value and go around again, can you?
He's 3 tenths down first sector. I mean, he did make a big mistake. He did make a big mistake in the end of sector 1, so.
I would have come in. I would have.
I mean, he's got time still. Fine.
1.2 up, but that kind of is not representative, really.
I mean, if he can...
I'd come in. Yeah, he's coming in.
Fine.
I mean, with 5 minutes to go, I mean, if he'd gone round again and you're getting down to around about 4 minutes, 3:30, you don't want to be pushing for time.
Well, it's going to be a bit of quiet now because it's going to be like a minute or so when people just waiting for the time.
I think
you can't do 2 runs around here, so
I think those tyres there are basically, worn tyres. Because, I mean, we were saying earlier how much tyres are going to be used to get through in Tier 3. Because just how close it is for qualifying. So they're running out of sets so badly. Nobody's saving sets fresh softs to the race whatsoever.
Oh, we do have a car out early. 4 minutes left. Epic Frenchie, so maybe they can get 2 runs in. Prediction for top 3 for the race, says JD Devil Noob.
Hard to call.
Throw a dart on a dartboard could be absolutely anybody, to be honest.
I'm going to go...
Good luck trying to predict a top 3 in a race when you've got a run left of qualifying and you still got the whole race to go.
I'm going to go Yorkie, Fish Sticks, and I think Fruit Boy.
Okay.
I think they're race pace, Yorkie in.
I'm surprised if you're alliance of Red Bull, considering you drive one. I was surprised you didn't put them top 2, first and second.
I mean, I honestly, I want them to be first and second.
You just don't think they will.
My honest opinion, because I believe that Yorkie is very fast driver in terms of race pace, and as well as Fish Sticks. Fish Sticks, they are experienced racers. They're very good on race pace. They've very few penalties. So too with Fruit Boy. I think he's got the out-and-out pace of those two. But I feel he'll get more penalties. He may not. He may prove me wrong. Another one would be Button, I think. Can't rule Button out.
Yeah, I was going to say, who is Mando in the chat?
Sorry?
I meant, who's, Rodders.
Rodders.
Wait.
That's what I call him. I call him Mando.
Yeah, I was going to say Rodders, you're predicting yourself to win from, what was it, 19th? No offense. I try not to bring them down a bit, but good luck.
Well, the setup that you say is not the setup that you had.
No. I mean, good luck, but yeah. I'm trying not to sound overcritical, because I'll eat my words if he actually ends up winning.
Yeah. Well, I hope you do it then.
Frenchie's on a good lap, purple middle sector. 6/10 up, I think I saw as well, so this is looking like a 21. Remember, we did see a 21 from Fruit Boy, and I think Frenchie was quite close. This is pretty good if he hooks up the last corner, which he does. Didn't really hit the apex, but whether that affects him or not is going to be seen. Oh! Did lose a bit of time that last corner, 22.2. Goes to third, but here comes everybody else with 50 seconds left on the clock. Who's going to be first, I think? Fist Sticks. Well, Fist is the line. He's 3/10 up in the last sector. We went through 21.6. Fist Sticks is there. Takes pole away from Dana. Yorkie is done, apparently. A great lap from Fist Sticks. That's the thing, Fruit Boy can hit that lap. Fish Sticks can also do that.
Mm.
Here comes Button, currently 7th, with 5 seconds to go. So the time is now done.
What can
People on their
Button do?
last laps. 22. Oh, front row. 22-1.
Oh.
But here comes Dano to displace him, and he does. Back to the front row goes Dano.
21-7, a tenth off of fish sticks.
Doms goes 3rd. Frenchie stays 5th. So who do we have? Fruit Boy is in the pits. Fruit Boy 10th. He's not going to match his lap. Oof.
He must have been validated.
Yeah. Right, so 3 drivers left. James is going to be the first. Is he going to join his teammate on the front row? Can he beat him, actually? Here we go. He beats him! He goes pole!
21-6.
Just out of fish sticks. Here comes Raz to 5th. JP to 5th. It's James on the pole by 11 thousandths of a second over fish sticks. Dano in 3rd, Zoms 4th, JP 5th, if not Raz in 6th. Run through the rest of those, but James out of nowhere, shall we say? I don't think anybody mentioned him for pole.
No. I mean, I think he got pole in F4 last year. So
Wow.
it wasn't out of the realms of possibility. I mean, but he came out of nowhere there. He found up at least half a second from nowhere.
Yeah, nice. Very, very nice. So, James and fish sticks on the front row. Got Dano on Zoms on row 2. JP 5th with not Raz 6th. Button 7th with Frenchie in 8th. Yorkie 9th. And Fruit Boy just didn't hit the lap up together. Ends up in 10th place.
But I still think... Shout out to Zooms though. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, shout out to Raz on his debut, 6th place. So Raz is 6th on his debut of RSF1, and he is directly ahead of Button, who's been in RSF1 since the beginning of time, I think. So, well.
Yeah.
Well, if qualifying's anything to go by, this race should be very interesting.
That's an epic qualifying session there for Tier 3. They lived up to the hype, as they say.
Yeah. Right, strategy. So, yesterday I was told like a lot of them are going to go hards to medium on a normal no safety car race. Hopefully we don't get any safety cars, but last season we had a fair few. That's not anything with the drivers. I think it's just so close, the field, and you're just going to get that from time to time. But you can go medium to hard, is the other strategy. Do not start in the softs. Don't anyone start in the softs. They just go after about 3 laps. So.
Softs are absolutely shocking around you. Hards aren't much better, but medium tyre is the way to go around here. They're so nice. Yeah.
You need though kind of the mediums, I would say, at the end. That's when the track's gonna rub it in and fuel's gone down. That's another thing. Overfuel your car by at least 2 laps. Do not run out of fuel. We've already had.
That hasn't been working like that lately. I overfueled my car the other day by about 2 and a bit laps, right? And my fuel didn't go down. Just don't understand it. And then when you do put it down, the fuel goes down. I think it's because the old cars are lighter, maybe you burn more fuel.
Goes down faster. And then it's much more harder to get it back. And
I just
as we've
don't understand.
As we've already seen in Div 1 this week, if you run out of fuel, you lose like a heap of time. And as I said, if you run out of fuel or you're low on fuel, it's difficult to get it back. So I would rather, yes, the car feels heavy and so on, but you'd rather have the fuel than
Not.
Have less, yes. Of course, we've got those top 10. Now, in those top 10, obviously, good luck from the Zoms up there. I mean, we expected the top 3 to be faster, according to everybody else in the chat and everything. But the Zoms up there in 4th. Not Razon debut in 6th. Epic French, he also debuted up in 8th place. Obviously, you got Fruit Boy, who we saw, can't hide it now, we saw how quick he was in Q2. And we'll see what he can do from 10th. If he can stay out of trouble, he'll be right with the leaders, I reckon. In the first, maybe 10 laps, if he continues that pace. Then, of course, you got those... Yeah, you got those outside the top 10. I was going to mention Patronus. Jedi, if you're listening, do not go on softs. I can see that. Do not go on softs. Trust, well, you do what you want, but don't recommend it. And also, you got all those down there as well.
Set of softs, everything outside the top 15.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I think Patronus definitely would be out of the ones at the back, the one to look for.
Yeah, definitely. I miss the days. I miss the days. Yeah, he's really all over the place. I'll send him one more. He's the last. That's the last one I can send, actually.
He keeps leaving and joining.
Well, we're only allowed to send 3, and that's his 3rd. So if he lags out again, that's it. I was going to say, I miss the days when if you started outside the top 10, you can be on fresh tyres. And those in the top 10 had to start on the tyres that they did Q2 one.
Yeah,
I miss those days because it's all tactical, isn't it? Now it's just all the same. So you could start whatever tyre. Yeah, I mean, it's still tactical in a way because you can start any tyre you want, but
you still can save tyres. I mean, if you finish outside of the top 10, top 15,
yeah,
and if you're fast enough, you can save a set of tyres for the race, a fresh set.
That's it, Ham. I'm afraid I can't invite you anymore. I can have far too much. Still have a steady 20 or so viewers watching. Thank you very much for watching. We should be able to get this race underway shortly. This is a long wait time, actually, Richie.
Yeah, he does tend to do it. It's the same. He does it in London.
Get off the softs. Stop it. He's still on them. He's the only one on the soft tyres. I mean,
he could be thinking about an early safety car, see?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could eat my words, and he's absolutely, could end up 4th. Because this is the thing, he's going to get so much grip, like the first few laps, he's going to be flying up. But that's the thing, if you're going to start on softs, you have to be super, super aggressive. He's going to have to be at least in the top 10 if he's going to make that work. And he's going to have to pit early, and whatever tyres he goes on, he's going to have to extend those as well. But here we go. Want to take us through?
Yeah, sure. Starting at the back, we have SLR Vettel in the Aston Martin. He's didn't get the best laps in. Didn't really hook one up particularly. In fact, he crashed at the very end of the last run he'd done. Into P19 in the Alfa Romeo, we have Clates there, and Roberts there in P18 in the Mercedes. Willie Bum in the Haas, first of the Haas drivers. Surprisingly, he's that far down. I'll be, to be fair. Jedi Gamer there in P16, just missing out on Q2. Richie Chappell, our host here today in Williams. Shock P14 there for Patronus, who did well in Q1 and then messed it up in Q2. So hopefully he'll try and make his way up through the field as quick as possible. Ellie Ham there, who is struggling with internet connection at the moment in the Alpine. NRG Lem, or Lem as we like to call him, there in the Aston Martin. And the other Williams there, Slicks, who just missed out on Q3. Fruit Boy there, who messed up his Q3 times, so P10 was probably not representative of where his 2 pace was. Yorkie there also didn't get really his best of laps in. Epic Frenchie, very quick driver who probably could have gone quicker. Button there, one of the favourites I feel for the title this year. And then our debutant not Ras in P6, JJP Gaming, my buddy there in P5, Zooms, and then another one of my buddies, Dano, there in the first of the Red Bulls, Fish Sticks there in P2, and then James, another of the Red Bulls, which I'm very happy about, in P1.
Right, thank you. JP not lining up on the grid. That's not going to help him at all, as is Slicks. Still happens. We've been on this game for a while. Still happens with the grid and everything. But here we go for the first round of the season. 4, 5 red lights. That's a very long hold, and lights out of the way we go. It's a very good start from the Ferrari of Zoms. Behind in 4th place, but I think James is going to just about keep the lead. Is Zoms going to inside? Yes, he is. Oh, not much room. I have to back out of it. There's 3 wide between the Haas, Alpine and the Ferrari as we all go through. I think we're all through nicely. Yes, we are. And Zoms has gone right round the outside of Dano. Dano's not had a good start. Down a couple of places. Buttons up to 5th. He's side by side. Oh, there's a car off. Car off flying. That's Frenchie. He's out on the spot. And it's a safety car? Virtual safety car.
What happened to Frenchie?
He just speared off, to be honest. I think just little contact with somebody, I think. And
he hit the wall?
That is such a shame. Yeah. I think he might have been side by side with somebody. Just contacts, he's just straight off of the walls. I mean, it's a fast track, isn't it? If you go off, it's debut as well, and he hasn't lasted the full lap.
So I remember that happened to JP on that corner. He went side by 3 wide in F3, I believe, last year, and DNF'd.
So virtual safety car, not the proper one. So I don't believe anybody's going to pit.
No, unless they got damage, wind damage from the start. But that's a shame there for Frenchie in his first race. Here,
Slicks is in.
Go out.
Slicks is in, as is Rodders. So there was damage. That moves Clates up 7 positions from starting as we're back green once again. Jameson lead ahead of Fish Sticks. Dom's up to 3rd, Dano down to 4th as Fruit Boy's made a move on JP. JP's had a difficult start, he's down 3 positions, but he's right behind Fruit Boy, who's improved here, as there's the AlphaTauri of Jedi, who is making moves on those soft tyres right at the inside of Petronas, who probably lets him go a little bit. As yes, the Jedi on those soft tyres is really, well, he needs to be sticking with this strategy, which I told him not to recommend. He's going with it. Made the positions though.
Yeah, it's the points, so you can't complain. And he's pressurising JP here. Going side by side. You don't want to go side by side through there, but maybe through there. Oh, contact slightly.
Oh.
And while that happened, Fruit Boy saw the opportunity. Sorry, Petronas saw the opportunity. So get the other McLaren.
Oh, this is just inside the top 10. This is like last season. JP up on the inside. Is Clay's going to make it 3 wide? Of course he is. Of course he is.
Contact between Jedi again. Look at that on the outside there, Clates.
Oh, be careful. Clate's up on the inside, Jedi in the middle. That's Energy Lem. They somehow got through. I was on board with Tiff just to get a good angle.
He absolutely got mugged there, Jedi. Ray, apparently.
I had the spectator menu for a little bit. I'm not hiding everything, I need the times. But I'll hide the spectator menu for those who want
they
it.
They don't like the spectator menu.
Oh, I'm sorry. God, helps me out. Right.
Yeah, you can do it all through the menu down there.
Yeah, I know. Right. Let's focus a little bit. So James has a second, but he can't get any more out of the train that is behind all the way down to Yorkie, who's on those medium tyres, who needs to make a bit more progress from there. Everybody else there is on the hards. I'm on board with J Clates, who's had a fantastic start. On the back, he's up to 11th.
Looks like James has put it away at the front. He's broken a 1 second window from Fish Sticks, who's getting overtaken by Zoom. Zoom is absolutely flying.
Is it Zooms or Zoms?
He's living up to his name.
I say Zoms, but you say Zooms. What is it? We need to clarify. Yeah, so this is a top 8 train at the moment, with Yorkie in the middle of the mediums. You've got JP, who's just a little bit further away from there, and then Jedi, and then you got this train, which is still going at it. Patronus, Clates, Energy Lem. Clates on the inside of Patronus. Patronus seems to be struggling in this early phase. Needs to be attacked left, right, and centre. Going side by side for turn 7 and 8, which is a bit awkward, but Clates is through. Seem to be costing each other time though, this train, although it is good to watch.
That's the problem, isn't it? Everyone's getting the move done and then going back ahead on the next lap. Oh, contact between... Who was it?
Lemon Patronus, I presume. They were close.
Yeah.
Yellow flag. They'll be on the leaders though, because Zooms or Zoms, since overtaking Fish Sticks, has caught right up to James. So in fact, he's brought the whole train with him. As mentioned, James initially got that second gap, but couldn't get any more. And now he's back in that DRS train that we've got here.
Patronus has got that familiar thing where he's struggling with traction on the rear end. He was telling me the other day that no matter what setup he seems to put on this game, he is always struggling with traction on the rear end. And I just noticed that on the exit of the main straight, that exact same thing happened where he loses the rear end, doesn't get the exit.
Not Razanafe does not want to be dropped out of that 1 second barrier. Otherwise this 8 car train would become a 7. That's just how powerful DRS is these days, especially at this track. Really need to stay in that train. You can see Yorkie on the back of this. Not made any more inroads on those medium tyres. Not ideal, but it's still not the end of the world. How did Tiff...
How
did he get back in? Because I didn't invite him.
You can just join though, can't you?
Yeah. Oh, the Ferrari of Zoms going for the lead of James, and does take it into turn 1. So Zoms into the lead of Ferrari. Question will be though, can he get out of that second window? And to be honest, I don't think he can. But we'll see. Give him a lap or so, but James has latched onto the back of him.
Yeah. I think James's pace has dropped off the last few laps. I think Fish Sticks has reeled him in a bit.
Oh, Oh, I was going to say Ham and Petronas going side by side, but it's Ham's AI car.
But P8 are all in the 1 second window of each other.
Yeah. Yeah, Notraz managed to get back into that 1 second window. Probably use a bit of ERS. Get back in there because, as I said, it's key because JP is making no inroads on this. In fact, he's been dropped, but just simply not through pace. It's because of DRS.
Yeah, he's not getting the extra 10 mile an hour down the straight away, but it was 15 mile an hour.
You can see Dom's has just a bit of...
Still got a lot of ERS though, 60-odd%. So...
Oh, James! Jeez. Lunge for James. I tensed a little bit because I thought he was going to go right in that move. Saw in the back of Zoms, there it is. You can even see Yorkie in the background. And Notraz just about staying in this. All this basically
Jedi game is making those tyres last. Very loose to him. Yeah.
I mean, the softs last a little bit. It's just the bite you get from them is probably gone now. So he's made it to get up to 10th, but now the situation is you're gonna have to pit soon and go longer on whatever tyres he goes on.
You can stretch them to about lap, I don't know, 12. I mean,
well, Fruit Boy missed that apex a little bit. That's going to cost him time. Again, a bit of a mistake from Button at penultimate corner. But again, this train, Zoms, has not been able to shake James at all.
No. Because they get the DRS now, and he's the one who has to push up front. Bird is.
Yeah.
It's always the way.
It seems though he gets really good traction out the last corner. Just about to get ahead, and you can see James though is right behind.
So I think it's a bit of a tactic here from James now, because if I was him, I'd just sit behind him for a good few laps.
Yeah, someone mentioned in the chat right now, with a DRS train like this, it's who makes the first move, who blinks first, who goes for that undercut. Because the undercut is so powerful around here, the fresh tyres are ridiculous. You'd imagine, actually, Yorkie, I think, if he stays in this train, he'll be leading. Because he's got to pit early anyway. Got those mediums. But then, one would say he probably could be caught by everyone else on medium and he's on hards.
Yeah. Unless he's going medium soft.
Again, he was going to have to extend the mediums very long, though. And you can see Notraz is burning that ERS, probably more than he should, but he needs to stay in that train. Just out of it, as James is going back for the lead.
He's had enough of sitting behind. And Mattel's left the session, no? I'll try and get him back. Yeah,
thank you. And that overtake from James almost gained a second over third place there from our fish sticks. So again, lap 9 of this race, so it's still another 5-6 laps before anyone considers pitting from this group. As I said, apart from Yorkie, as Fruit Boy was looking quite close on Button. Outside, penalty for Rodders meantime. And Raz is steadily being dropped. And there you can see the Alfa Romeo, so if he doesn't come back in this last sector, he's going to be out of DRS, and that's the danger. Fastest lap from Ham, by the way, a 20-second lap. Lovely game.
Well, that's because he's lagging out all the time, probably.
Yeah. I feel kind of sorry in a way for JP, because I think his pace is fine compared to the leaders. He's just As I said, as soon as he's out of this train, as here comes Zoms back into the lead once again, I think. And Yorkie's going to get Fruit Boy. It's like a cycle race, isn't it? It's like they're switching leaders. Who takes the lead as Yorkie is now making moves because he's going to be pitting sometime soon. Got by Fruit Boy. He's looking at Button, but not yet.
What do they call it? Peloton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because all the while, because James could obviously be tactical here because he doesn't have to use the RS. He can just stay behind, save the RS, save the fuel if he obviously under fuel, but I doubt that he has because you don't do that around here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not Raz has dropped out of that group now.
Yeah, that's it. You can afford to be a lap out of DRS train, but once you're two, it's then very difficult because then, as I said, he's got to use ERS to come back, and he doesn't have a lot as it is. So, not out of it.
A very impressive first race though from Not Raz. You know, qualified in the Q3. He's done well off the start. He's keeping up with the big boys so far.
Here comes James once again. Yeah, it's like a peloton. You can have the lead now. There's Zoms or Zoms.
Just goes to show how close this division is. The top guys, you know, are not getting away from each other.
Alright. Yeah, we were maybe worried once James had a second, maybe you start pulling away, but he's not. He got caught back, and then Zoms again, once he took the lead, couldn't shake this off. We're all poised.
So close.
As I said, it's who's going to blink first, and of course you know that Yorkie, or we assume Yorkie's going to pit first. But it's who of this hard tire runners, maybe someone follows Yorkie in.
It's an impressive point.
Oh,
very few incidents so far. No safety car.
Oh, Button, no! Time penalty for Button.
I'm surprised there's not been a lot more from the top guys.
Oh, and Fruit Boy nearly lost it as well. The tyres are now starting to fall away for these guys. Obviously, they've been in the train and they're battling. Fruit Boy got a much better run than Button out in the last corner. Meanwhile, Zoms again takes the lead back from James, and Fruit Boy's going to finish the move. Yes, he does. Odd. Not odd as in, you know, peculiar, but there's new moves here and there from this group, but they're all staying the same. Jedi still hasn't pitted on 11 lap softs. I just noticed. I thought, yeah, he's still there. His pace has dropped a little bit. He's still going on those tires. No idea at all. Right, who has stopped? Slicks is stopped already. I think 15th downwards have had their issues, so they are praying for a safety car, but it's not coming at the moment. It's very, very good to see. We've had one virtual because of Frenchie's unfortunate crash at the beginning, but that's it so far.
Yeah. Oh, first one pitting.
Yeah, medium tire Yorkie. Oh, Dana got a really good run out of the last corner. He's on the back of Fish Sticks, but James also didn't get a good run. Because of that DRS, everything... Oh, Dano! Has he pulled that off? He might have done. Fish Sticks not letting him have it. Oh, contact though. Oh. Half a spin, it's getting tense now. Oh.
Yeah, Fish Sticks had to back out of that. It kind of looked as though Daniel was backing out of it, and then you kind of saw that Fish Sticks had backed out of it, so he ended up going for it.
Yeah. The unfortunate thing for Yorkie is he's come out right behind... Oh no, he's behind the AI car, so it should be fine. So Yorkie's come out in a lot of free air. A lot of clean air. So he can put those new tyres to good use. So he'll probably, as I said, he'll probably take the lead once everyone cycles through.
Mm. Well said, that he's only got 3.4. Close that down pretty fast. If you can get past LA Ham.
I mean, he will because the AI car, right? Should be able to.
I think he's back though.
Is he backing? Goodness me. Button's now being dropped from this train. It's now a 5-car train with all that going on. Not Raz. Again, just stumbled away. He's trying to keep pace up. A decent debut in 7th. JP again has kind of kept himself to himself.
Yorkie flies past.
He collects 9th. Chapel up to 10th. In the points at the moment, but of course we've got the pit stops yet to go. Vettel in 11th. Got Ham and then Slicks. Slicks has had a couple of stops already. And then Jedi, Patronus, Willy Bum, Energy, Lem, and Rodders have all had their various issues, and Rodders is pitting right now.
Mm.
Again, they're hanging on for a safety car, which still could happen.
Yeah. There's a big gap between Richie and Clates, so if LA Ham can get past Vettel and Richie Chapel pretty quickly, then he will come out in front, I feel.
Yeah.
He's just got to get those moves done quick. I mean, he's down to 1.5 already on this lap to Vettel. He'll be coming out to the main straight, virtually on the back of them.
Lates is caught up to JP in the meantime, so JP, having not been in any battle for the last not 20 laps, the last 10 or so laps, Yorkie now sets the fastest lap. Yeah, Yorkie's on it. As Vettel's got by Chapel. A few battles for enough.
He's looking back thinking, this guy's coming up fast. I think Richie's just letting him through there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Yorkie going by. Yeah, not Raz has got up to Button meantime.
I'm not sure if Vettel will let him through.
Yeah, probably not. Well, he doesn't need to, does he?
No.
I mean, a lot of people would say, well, just let him through. He's not in your race, but you're also racing. What we're here for. I mean,
there are situations where you go, yeah, I'm just going to let him through. It's pointless wasted time, yeah.
All like this. This is a good run for Yorkie, but is he going to go for it?
I can't see it.
Vettel's not letting him through.
No.
Put it that way.
Yeah, he'll hold on to the main straight. Vettel spent all his ERS.
Leaders are in the pits. Leaders in the pits. Where is Yorkie going to be? Got held up a little bit by Vettel through that time. Is that going to hamper him? Let's see. Going to be the Ferrari of Doms.
He'll come out way ahead, I think. At least 4 or 5 seconds.
Not miles ahead, as all this is going to be close. Ellie Ham and Richie Chapel got mixed up in all this. Richie Chapel in particular, and Zoms side by side. Zoms does not need this at all. Again, Richie's just racing his own. Oh, this is going to be bold. That's going to be bold. Rich going to give him the run. Yes, Dano's there too. Oh, the rubber tyres. Oh, I mean, you can't blame Zoms and Dano. They don't want Yorkie to get away, but that was a bit tense.
3.2 the gap.
Yeah, this is disrupting Fistix as well. He's now going to get by Ham and Richie, who've yet to pit. And this is not what you want, is it, for the leaders? But this is what happens sometimes. Oh. Yeah, Richie. Trouble with Fistix. In goes Ham, so Fistix at least would be able to have a good run at Chapel down the front straight. Where's James? And here comes... Oh, God, nearly Dano. Into Zoms. James has come out there. Behind. Fruit Boy 6th and Fistix 7th.
He got out ahead of him despite pitting later. Because of that. Like he said, he got held up for 6 there. That cost him for the undercut.
Yep. He's lost time there as Fistix with all of that.
He must have been thinking, I can see these guys so far ahead now.
Button decided not to pit. And all that. He's extending the life of the hard tyres. He's good in his tyres, so let's see how longer he can go. But your net leader is Yorkie at the moment, and the big question is now, he's going to get caught. Because obviously...
This could work in his favour, really, because he's not being held up at the moment.
Yeah.
But he's got open track ahead of him.
Yeah, what is Yorkie going to do once these guys come up to the back of him? Because you can see they're just eating away at his lead. It was 3 seconds at one point, it's now 1.2. How good the mediums are at this point of the race. And that's the fastest that's got DRS, and DRS on the front of Zoms and takes second place back.
But Yorkie is not massively eating into Button's lead.
No, yeah, Button decided still not to pit. I was thinking, and obviously if safety car happens right now, as Dano, no. I mean, I should have said time penalties. We hope that it doesn't affect anything, but that might. Now I wonder, with that 3 second, no, he's not going to do that. There was a small thought in my mind. I did say no team orders the other day to someone, as it's round 1, but James is, I think, is capable of overtaking Zoms and then Yorkie. As they're a team, as they're both up here because of that 3 seconds, does he then maybe help James to get up a few positions? Seems almost terrible to say on round 1, but here we go. Yorkie is going to get eaten up here, I think, because he's got barely any ERS left. Here comes Dano. Fastest up again. Yorkie's trying to defend it. Dano up in the inside. And Zoms nearly getting alongside as well.
Now this is the time for Button to hit.
Yeah. Oh, that's close from Zoms. And again, Zoms does not want to let Dano get away. He's got to get by this Mercedes. I mean, preferably...
I think Button's do it. I think he's going to go for it soft.
Yeah. Yeah, someone just said that in the chat. My only concern with that is because he stayed out on these tyres, how much time has he lost? Is he going to gain that all back?
May not have a very fresh set slots. That's the only problem.
Yeah, that as well, yeah. Oh, and you can see, oh, here comes Zoms. James, that, jeez. James nearly lunged it at the penultimate corner, which would have been ill-advised. But you can see how frustrated Zoms is. You can see Dano's just disappearing into the distance. He's got to get by this Mercedes, but here comes James as well. Trying to help his teammate with the penalty. This is for the lead. when Button pits, as bit of contact as Oms is through. And of course you've got Fruit Boy still there and Fish Sticks. But so this win is still up for debate.
Fish Sticks really needs to get into that 1 second barrier.
Oh, opportunistic from Fruit Boy through the double apex right hander. James was looking at Yorkie. And Fruit Boy nearly, that could have ended in tears. Yeah, that's my only fault with Button's stint, as impressive as it is. Is he hoping for a safety car?
Could well be.
Yeah. I mean, at the rate these guys are going, you might get one. I hope we don't. But
He's coming in.
You can see again, similar situation. Yorkie's just like a cork in a bottle with these guys. Really just want to get by him. Fruit Boy's got to be careful. James has got to be careful.
What is he going for? It's got to be soft tyres, surely.
Yeah. 9 laps left,
soft.
easy. James gets by Yorkie. Can Yorkie fend off Fruit Boy? I don't think he can. To the turn 1. It's not a heavy braking zone, but Fruit Boy's got it. Yep. Right.
Good thing that he has got is that he's going to come out on a bit of fresh, open track to attack the leaders.
Yeah.
He's not going to get held up by anyone. His teammate. Sorry. I was thinking of another car there, but
He's just got out ahead of Jedi.
yeah. The AlphaTauri kind of looks like a Haas when you look at it from the back.
Yeah. Alright, so lap 21 of this race. The front 4 have made it by Yorkie. Fristix needs to get by. again, it's just a wall of Mercedes that they needed to get by, and then they're all back again once again battling for each other.
Yeah, he could well have left it a little bit late. I thought he could have come in a little bit earlier. But there again, it all depends on the tyres, because he may not have had a fresh set of tyres because of the amount of tyres that they were using in qualifying.
Yeah, Fish Sticks unfortunately is going to drop out of this top 4 because he still cannot get by the Mercedes. As here comes Zoms for the lead on Dano. Remember, he's got that 3-second penalty. There's Dano, which it's a real shame he's got it, because if he didn't, I mean, this is interesting anyway, but if he didn't have it, because 3 seconds is going to hurt if this pack stays this close. He'll drop to 6th, I think, at the moment. What do the Red Bulls do now? You've got James, who's all over the back of Dano.
There's a case though that I think if he was behind him, he'd be all over the back of him.
Or,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this early in the season, there's no team orders, I would imagine.
Energy Lem fastest lap of the race on soft tyres. Where is he? Dan's 17th at the moment. Difficult race for Lem.
I mean, if they were playing a team game, they could play it one of two ways. Where James, on the last couple of laps, slows down and try and holds the guy behind him up, while Dan breaks a 3 second. Or they could play it another way, and that Dan is sacrifices the win.
They're going to try and surround the Ferrari. They are 3 wide into turn 1. Oh, contact! No. Well, that did it, I guess, as Fruit Boy.
1-2 for Red Bull. And Dano has absolutely blitzed it out in front.
I mean, it worked. I don't think that was the intention, but it worked.
No.
Oh, boy. I said that. Oh,
Zumas is going to be absolutely fuming in that Ferrari right now.
Yep. He's still not out of it, though. He's still only half a second behind James. But Dano's out of the second, so he's got to push. Gonna push like crazy. I don't think he's gonna get 3 seconds on this because they've been too close for that.
But could James hold him up? That's what my point was.
Oh,
Will he sit back and let Dano get the 3 seconder, or will he go for the win himself?
ah, Ham's gone.
What he could do, see, is sit back, get the 3 second, right, and then on the last lap, absolutely blitz it, right, so that he gets the win.
His ERS is down to 6%. Oof.
And blitzes it on to get the win, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Zon's ERS is way better than everybody else's around, and Fruit Boy's got absolutely nothing left. Down to 0% as... Oof. I'm really looking for it. Fruit Boy, that's a bold move through turn 3. He's making it. He's making it. Zom's giving in the room. Oh, they did. Guys,
no!
careful.
No!
Oh, Fruit Boy in the wall. Someone had to back out of that. We had a lovely helicopter shot of that, and that's brought them right out of it.
Yeah.
No need for that, and Fruit Boy's gonna... Oh. I mean, it was bold going through turn 3, then turn 4. Just... Well... I know Fruit Boy's come off the worst, but that's ruined both of their races. To be honest, that was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. In my opinion. I'm not a steward. I'm just an opinionator. Right. Red Bull 1-2.
He's still not out of it, soon.
No, he's still in it, yeah.
Don't know if he's got any damage, that's the problem. I
feel really sorry for Fruit Boy on that one. I mean, again, no. It's... Right, so what's this done? So, down in the lead, but James is latched onto him. As long as they stay out of DRS, Dana can sort of drag James along to stay out of Fistix's path, and Zom's now got a 3-second penalty, so that's... that's winded. Yorkie's still in 4th and hanging on, which is pretty good.
I think Yorkie's going to start to go into this now, the last few laps, because the medium tyres are going to start to go off now.
Fruit Boy's tired as well. Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. Button in
it's going so well up front, and then the last couple of laps, it seemed to kick off a little bit between James and Zoom, and then Zoom and Fruit Boy, and so yeah. Unfortunate, really, because we were having such a good race.
The tyres going at the moment.
Look at the tyres though, of Yorkie. 12. He's got 3 lap older tyres, but I feel his tyres have started to come good a little bit more now. You feel?
Yeah. I wonder
4 laps to go.
I wouldn't overtake. Okay. James is overtaken for the lead. I necessarily wouldn't have done that.
No.
But they've got to really work together here. Again, it's difficult because if Dano backs off, he's then losing time with his penalty. Drop him out. I mean, Yorkie could still be on for a podium here. Zom's penalty, I think, has dropped him out the podium. Yeah, as soon as if Fistix gets DRS on either one of them, he's still in this. 3 laps to go. It's 1.4 seconds. He's definitely... This could be next year in real life from what we're hearing. If the Red Bulls are like 1-2 and then an AlphaTauri or whatever they're called is third. Yeah, because apparently the AlphaTauris next season are going to get a lot of Red Bull parts. Like, you know what Ferrari and Haas basically have.
Oh, that was so close there from Fruit Boy from getting a penalty.
Fruit Boy? Fruit Boy's out.
Oh, sorry, not Fruit Boy, Fish Sticks.
Yeah.
He went very wide on that corner. He must have had a warning there.
Just going to check that.
Pushing so hard. He is pushing hard because he wants that P2. And the win.
And he's close. He's 1.3 seconds. He's dropped it down.
Absolutely flying now, fish sticks.
Yeah. And ERS levels as well. I mean, I was going to say, like, if it was me, I would keep James maybe in the DRS of Dano. He gains ERS, he gains a bit of fuel. I don't think he's got fuel troubles, but he's only on 14%, although Fish Sticks doesn't have a lot either. Yorkie, right, let's run down the top 10. So James, at the moment, still not over, as the lead at the time being. Dano, 3-second penalty will drop him out of the podium, I think. A look. It's touch and go of Yorkie now. Fish Sticks in third is oh so close. It's 1.1. 1 second. He's not out of the win yet. Yorkie in fourth. Dom's in fifth. Button in sixth. Not Raz in seventh. It's got JP up the back of him, but the penalty will drop Raz down. So 7th and 8th for those guys. Jedi is in a 9th place at the moment. He's actually made that. How many stops has he done? Has he done? He's done a soft to medium, and he's made that work. Great stuff. But obviously the penalty will drop him behind Clates, who's had a very good drive from the back. Get some points.
Well, Fish Sticks now in the 1 second window with 2 laps.
Yeah, I need to get on this.
Dano's let me through, let me through.
I think they're on as Clates has gone by Jedi. Jedi's still on for a point. Dano P3 at least. Well, if he keeps the pace up, yeah, I think Dano still could be on the podium. They have a double podium because Yorkie's dropping back a little bit.
Oh, I don't know.
The win,
it's
though.
2.2. 2 points.
That'd be close.
Yorkie could get his foot down now. He could knock Dano up. It's going to be so close.
Penalty for either Red Bull or the AlphaTauri of Fish Sticks will change
Good thing it's going to work in his favour, Dano, is that he's getting DRS from his teammate. Yorkie is not.
Yeah, swapping them is actually the better thing to do, because now, even if Fish Sticks get by Dano, he's only got a lap to overtake James, and at this point...
Please, guys, don't take each other out. Please, guys, don't take each other out.
On to the final lap. All James has got to do is keep it together. Wouldn't it be intriguing, Orphan, if Dano didn't have the penalty? What would they do? As JP has got 5 rounds on track. They'd be
fighting a lot harder if they were.
There'd be no teamwork. It might have brought Fish Sticks into it. Yorkie is still there for a podium.
He's a lap of his life now, Yorkie. He absolutely has to absolutely burn everything. It's so close, though. It's so close. It's a 10th in it.
Button is flying up to the back of Zombs, actually, and that's for position, because they both have a penalty each. And the Button's on the soft, so he could get 5th place at the end of this.
It's absolutely a 10th. It's up to about 2 tenths.
We'll see. So there's a few more corners to go. It's a near perfect start for the Red Bull team. They've both been with the leaders in the lead pack of who could win this race. A few things have been ruffled over, but it is James at the last corner, and he's going to take the first victory of the season for Red Bull. Is his teammate going to be on the podium? We shall see as James takes victory. Fish Sticks second. Is Dano going to keep third? He does. Dano keeps 3rd place ahead of Yorkie. Button just manages not to get Raz on the Zoms on the line. JP is going to get 7th ahead of Jedi. I've just noticed Raz in the background is out of fuel. Is Vettel going to catch him? He is. Is he going to lose the point? We shall see. Is Richie Chappell going to get the point? Richie Chappell gets the point. On the line, Richie in the Williams gets the point. Raz runs out of fuel and ends up 11th. No, Raz. I mean, congrats for Richie to getting the point, but Raz out of fuel. Vettel 12th, Petronas 13th, Willy Bum 14th, Energy Lem 15th. Slicks is going to get 16th ahead of Roddus.
Make sure I get a screenshot of this. The race director.
Guys, keep steward instance out of the chat, please. Don't want to start it all here. Leave them to do their job, but obviously be dealt with at the end. But a fantastic race to kick off Division 3. It is a double Red Bull. It's a near perfect start for the Red Bull team, but it's first for James, second for Fish Sticks, who split the Red Bull family 1-2-3, if you want to call it that. So James with the win, Fish Sticks second, Dano third. The top three on the grid finish as they are. Yorkie from 9th ends up 4th. Zoms in 5th was with the leaders. Unfortunately got caught up in an incident there at turn 1, but still managed to get home some points just ahead of Button on the line. 600s that was, by the looks of it. JP, a solid race, 6 points for him in 7th. Jay Clates from 19th to 8th, definitely candidate for drive of the day. Jedi Gamer also with that soft to medium strategy, no idea, in 9th place. And then Richie Chappell gets the point on the line because Raz unfortunately went out of fuel. And then Vettel, Petronas, Willy Bum, Lem, Slicks and Rudders all had their issues with the race. They'll be looking forward to next time out. And then you got Fruit Boy, LA16 Ham, and Epic Frenchie all retired. Wow, that was a pretty good one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Interesting race. But the leaders, I thought it was really such a good race. I mean, unfortunately we can't get James in for the victory.
I'm sure he has an Xbox, has he not? I'm sure he's talked before.
He has he's on PlayStation, but he has an Xbox account, but not on an Xbox. If you know what I mean.
Okay, I see. Well, that's a shame. We'll get Dano. Get Dano in.
Fish Sticks.
That's alright, Raz. You had a very decent race. Don't worry about the fuel thing, it happens. But yeah, you did nothing wrong, and that's what you got to do in your first race. So, yeah, see you for the next one, Raz.
Yep.
In I believe his home Grand Prix, because I believe he's American. Unless I'm completely wrong. I think there was a conversation on the pre-show about it, but yeah.
I've done it myself. I've done it myself, so I know how bad it is as well on fuel.
Oh, he's Danish.
Denmark.
He's Danish. We don't have a Danish track, I'm afraid. Otherwise, that'd be good. But yeah,
Closest is Holland, I feel. Or Germany.
Yes.
No,
See for the next one, Raz. Fish Sticks Dano, include your audio, unless you have already. I believe you're familiar with the system anyway, but Orphan, you want to take Fish Sticks, I'll take Dano. Unless you want it the other way around.
I don't mind. It's up to you.
I'll have Dano.
Okay. Fish Sticks, welcome to the podium. Impressive race from you here today. You had some real good pace here today with the leaders. Good in qualifying. I mean, can't complain really. I mean, you obviously moved on from last season's Division 3 to this one, the new version. And I mean, what are your thoughts on the race and how well you did?
Well, I think it was really defined by the traffic coming out of the pit stop. In fairness, I mean, I lost about 2 seconds to the guys in front, being stuck behind Elham and Richie for that lap and a half. That's where then I had to. I mean, obviously that means Fruit Boy jumped to me as well. But yeah. So I had to sort of burn a bit of batteries to sort of close that gap back down, and then was sort of stuck in the queue, as it were, until what was it? Fruit and the Ferrari. I can't remember it.
Zoom.
Yeah, Zoom sort of collided after turn 3, and then obviously then I was then I had another 2-second gap to try and close down to the Red Bulls, which I actually was quite surprised that I actually sort of managed that, because I knew they were going to work together, to be fair. So yeah, no, it was a good solid race actually. So yeah, quite happy with it all.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how close this tier is in terms of pace. The first race here, obviously, there were kind of two sort of pace-wise. It may not be every race that'll be the same, but it was like the top 10 seemed very, very close on pace. No one seemed to be able to get away from anyone due to the DRS train. I mean, it's looking very interesting. Some very interesting races coming up for you guys.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, obviously the track kind of tends to lean itself towards a DRS train, so it'd be interesting to see if it does carry over to the more, say easier to break the DRS contracts. But yeah, hopefully it's a close season for you guys watching. So always fun for you guys too.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the top 10. You guys being so close together and the tactics going on, and you pitting a little bit later kind of got held up, and then which was surprising really because you pitted later, but you closed them down, the Red Bulls. Unfortunately, you couldn't get the victory today. But how are your thoughts on Qatar?
I mean, I enjoy the track, but I've just been reminded it's the 100% race, so I've not done one of them before. So I'm not sure how I'll do in the second half of the race.
You'll love it. You'll love it, honestly.
Because I'm quite sweaty after this one, so yeah. It'll be interesting. Hopefully, I can stay steady throughout the entire race and be sort of close to the front, maybe. But yeah.
Do you want to have a horrible thought though?
What?
If this was 100%, if this was 100%, you'd be halfway right now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Sorry.
No,
not really, because we do short quality.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna be quite sleepy at the end of it, I think. But yeah, it'll be an experience nonetheless.
It's quite funny because like this season, right? I've been in like 3 leagues, right, with you.
Yeah.
I've been in the Fair Play League. I was in that F2 League, one race.
Yeah.
And I was in F3 with you last year for a little bit.
Yeah.
It's mad.
It is, yeah, exactly.
But congratulations on P3 here today, and hopefully it's a good start for you for the season, for a push for the championship. I mean, it's going to be very tough to.
Fourth, and it was second. You got second.
Sorry, second. Apologies.
I've done it the wrong way round, actually. To be fair, so my bad.
It's fine. I'm so on track, so it's
Yeah, because you came over third. That's why I was thinking it in my head.
That's fine.
And but it sets you up for, I mean, an interesting championship battle. I mean, obviously, your name was not mentioned as such in the championship fight, but I mean, obviously you definitely do outpace.
Yeah, I'd say there's going to be a few races where weeks I'm going to have to miss, but no, yeah, looks like it should be a fun one, which is always what I'm looking for. So, yeah. Looking forward to it.
All right, good luck for the next race in the 100% one. And we'll
cheers, mate.
hopefully see you on the podium again.
Right, are we ready for the Red Bull party? I'm not sure I am. James, if you include your audio if you haven't already. Well, then
Well, he could.
I can't.
You can say what he said. I'll translate. You
Well, we'll start off with Dano. Anyway, we'll start off with Dano, who finished second on track, but dropped to third, unfortunately, with that penalty, which I'm frustrated for you. I'm frustrated for the show, because that would have been intriguing with both Red Bulls up here. But anyway, despite that penalty, obviously, which I know you'd be frustrated about, a third place, a first and a third for your team as well. So a great start for your championships, Dano. You were there with the leaders pretty much, as Orphan said in the first part of that race, and it could have gone either way, to be honest, with a whole selection of drivers there. But you came out third, so you must be relatively happy.
Yeah,
without the penalty, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah. So throughout the race, my plan was, because obviously I had quite a bad start, dropped to fourth. My plan was just to stick with the front three, hope they would all like run away and I could just trail along, because I didn't know what my pace would be like. But as the race went on, I got a bit more comfortable and I went for fish sticks. There's a bit of contact. I don't know if anything really happened there, but I kept an eye and he stayed behind me, so I don't think much happened. But other than that, I just tried to stick with the front runners the whole time. I undercutted with, I think it was Zombs, and got out in front of my teammate, and around then I just had one shocking lap where I got all three warnings and a penalty, and I didn't get any other lap, which was probably even worse than like spread out across a whole race. And at the end of the race, the last probably like 5 laps, I was on 0.03% fuel, which is why I let James through so I could coast through his DRS.
Yeah, I was intrigued to see what kind of teamwork you two were going to do, especially with James up there showing the pace that you could battle you, Zombs and fish sticks. And in the end, you made the right decision. I actually thought at the time you made the wrong one because of James's DRS levels. Were you in constant contact with each other?
Yeah, we're in the party.
Oh, good. That always works. Yeah, obviously, as you said, that penalty, I mean, I know the feeling, so most of us do. But yeah, a good third place for yourself, and I said good points for the team. Obviously, we heard Fishstick's opinion on our next race, the 100% round of Texas. What are your thoughts? First of all, have you done one?
I have. Only one.
Okay. And how do you feel?
It started really well, and it kind of went downhill as you got past the halfway point where it would normally end. It kind of started to go downhill.
It's a difficult thing if you're not used to it, especially if you end up in a spot where you're not battling with anybody. There's concentration then goes, and the fatigue as well, because not everyone's used to 100%.
Yeah.
In terms of the track, though, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'm quite confident with Texas. I find I go quite well around there, so the track at least should help me out a bit.
All right, so yeah, well done on your start. Podium, first podium of the season, could be one of many. But yeah, good luck for the rest of the season, and good luck next time out.
Cheers.
All right. And now we're going to... Well, I'm going to ask James the questions. Arthur's going to translate, and you guys can actually hear. This is how it's going to work. But to ease the awkwardness, I hope you don't mind, James. I'm going to keep this shortish as well. So, first of all, is this your first win in RSF1? No.
yeah, he basically said he's won France last year and sprint the year before.
Right then. So a good start to your season, and like your teammate, very good points for the team as a whole. So you must be very, very happy with it.
He said basically couldn't ask for a better start. 3 seconds helped him, and but other than that, he said, yeah, couldn't ask for a better start.
Yeah. Now I'm going to ask the intriguing question. I'm going to start stirring already after round 1 of the season. How dare I? Without the 3-second penalty for Dano, would it have been even more interesting? Would you have raced, or would you have worked together?
The last lap would have been the race. But before that, I wouldn't have had the fuel.
He basically
Trust
said,
me, I would have given
yeah,
it my all on that last lap.
basically said, yeah, if the fuel problem with Dano could have been more of a race, and they probably would have fought for it had it not been for the 3-seconder.
Well, we could have a Hamilton Rosberg situation potentially if we get any further. We shall see. Obviously, we mentioned USA next, Texas 100%, la. Just give us a general thought about next week. Do you reckon you're going to be on pace once again?
He basically said if he gets a good setup for next week, gets certain parts of the track he likes, and maybe you can have a repeat of this week for Red Bull.
Yeah. Obviously not being biased here, just giving a little friendly advice, but if you're finding a setup for obviously the longer race, I'd go with one you're comfortable with not necessarily the fastest. That's just a little tip. That's up to you though. It's up to you though.
He said he definitely agrees with that.
Yeah. Cool. Well done, James, on your first win of the season, and good luck for the rest of your campaign.
Thank you very much.
Right. There we go. So a near perfect start for Red Bull, but with an AlphaTauri in there, it's a good day for the Red Bull family. All together. Yeah, you're happy. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, a great start to the season for Division 3. A wonderful watch. The win could have gone any way of 6, I think, after the first
Could have been
initial
8 at one stage.
Yeah. Obviously a few rough spots. Obviously unfortunate to Frenchie in his first lap. Don't know where he could have been. Maybe up there as well. But obviously it will be all sorted out and smoothed over before we head to Texas, USA, 100%. Oh, it's the long haul. This time next week, Orphan, we'll be still in the race. Even with the short quality, we'll be still in the race. Because it's like an hour 20 or something. Hour 30. Yeah, you got to get right into your rhythm, basically. Very quickly. Get into that zone and just try and stay in it. Obviously, for the races next week, it might be an interesting one as a watch, because you could go from one division where there's action all the time, and the next division may not have much action at all because people spread out. So, and there's gaps, but hopefully, should be interesting. And with mixed conditions, even more thrown in. Should be an exciting one all for next week.
Yeah, hopefully. Should be a lot of overtakes, I feel. And a lot of crashes, maybe, because it's one of those tracks where you can have a lot of incidents in Sector 1. Definitely, because it's so close to the S's. And, but yeah, it's a track I do like. and I'm looking forward to racing that one more than I'm looking forward to racing this one.
Yeah. I can't think how many laps it is.
It's got to be in the 60s, isn't it?
My book would tell me if I can find the lap quickly.
It's on the website, isn't it?
Yeah. But I also have my book, so I want to use my book. If I can find it very, very quickly. I don't think I can quickly enough, because... And I need to finish the stream off. Here we go. Got it. Oh, 56. 56 laps. There you go. Has to have that for next week.
So, Legend,
yeah.
are you back next week then? If you're still in the chat?
I think most have gone. There's like 6 people left. Anyway, we need to wrap things up. So that has been the Division 3 around Qatar. Well, a good opening. Those that have started well would like to maintain their points run for next time. Those that didn't get any points will be back with a vengeance for next week. Could be an interesting one, could be a long one. Well, is it going to be a long one? But we'll see whether the same pecking order will remain, or we're going to have a different winner. We shall see. We have one more race tomorrow. It is Division 4 turn. It is your turn, Orphan, to race around here now. We shall see what happens with that. Jake DeRozan is in the comms box doing a solo run. He actually wants to do that, so praise the man for that. Because I offered to help, and you don't want to help. It's fine. But yeah, I'll be watching, and hopefully many others will be, for the Division 4 race to wrap up the week in Qatar, and then we'll head the stateside in Texas. So from myself, BHA Firefish, and from Overcome Orphan, Stars Orphan, used to be Overcome Orphan, is now Stars Orphan. We will see you.
I can't complain because I call you Michaels.
We will see you next week for Texas. And until then, take care of yourselves and good night.